next edition of Cartoon Workshops for Beginners. This is little Eric here. Poor lad is a little bit cold. And my little new pooch has inspired me to create cartoon animals for this session. So get your pens, your biros, your markers, a bit of paper ready. Granddads, grandparents, mums, dads, kids, school kids at home, homeschooling. Right, are you ready for this? Let's get on with our little cartoon workshop. But first, if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share, like, comment. Send your pictures to me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. And stay tuned to the very end where I'll give you a little top tip. Let's get cracking with these cartoons. So let's get cracking on our first cartoon animal head. First off, we will need a circle. Yes, that's right, one of my circles again. And now we've got that circle drawn, we need another circle. But this one just wants to be smaller and sort of sticking out of the edge of our bigger circle. So I'm going to do my circle in the bottom corner here. And it's going to stick out a little bit, come back round, and there we go, meet up. So that's the starting point for our animal head. And now then, this will need a nose. And we do our noses just at this cross section here, where the two circles meet. It's a great little starting point, and I'm going to just do a little round nose like this, and I'm going to colour it in black with my black marker pen, and as I do I'm going to leave a little white spot just there, and that is a shiny nose. That's right, so that little white dot there, the sun is glistening on that animal's wet, healthy nose. And as you can tell straight away, we have some kind of animal forming. Not sure quite what it is, but it looks a bit like a bear to me. So let's carry on with the bear idea. Let's stick an eye in. One eye. There we go. I'm going to go around, colour it in a little bit, leave another little white spot there. This is a really important bit actually when you're drawing cartoons, and Walt Disney can't say he was a pioneer of the idea, but he used it all the time with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. They all have these little white light flashes in their nose and their eyes, and it sort of animates your cartoon character and makes them that little bit realer. Now I'm going to stick another eye in, and I'm going to put it kind of in the middle. If I pretend an invisible line drawn down this circle, so we're aiming for the middle and round about in the same line as the other eye. So around about there. There's no hard and fast rule where you put your eyes, but when you experiment, when you're drawing, you'll soon find out that where you put your eyes determines where your animal is looking. And we'll sort of just demonstrate that in the next lot of animal heads that I do in this little lesson. So there we've got him. Look at that. What a beautiful little character. So let's do bear ears. Bear ears are sort of round, shaped like that. And on this same opposite corner, do the same again. A nice round shape. And like we do with the human ears last lesson that I showed you, put that inner line in just to give it a bit of depth and character. And there we pretty much have our animal head, and it looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Looks 3D, looks alive, looks brilliant. We can add a mouth, so let's use that bottom cross section there where the two circles meet as our end or starting point of our mouth. Let's give him a big smile, curling round, and maybe a couple of dots on his muzzle of the animal's head. I like to use 3 dots. It's just a nice even sort of number, not over dotty, not under dotty. Just for me, just kind of perfect. And there we have it. That is the basic principle of our cartoon animals. And throughout this lesson, we will use that 2-circle technique to try and do different types of animals. Right, so let's try and do some different animals but still using the two-circle technique. So let's start with this first one, and we'll do that here. A nice squash circle, and we'll put this a little bit further up because the first one that we did was sort of at the bottom, so this might mean we have a different sort of animal. There we go, and then I'll just do some more. So we'll do a sort of a squash egg shape there, and we'll do the same for the smaller circle shape. We'll do an egg there. On this next one we'll do a flat rugby ball shape, and we'll move the circle inside. So it goes like that, and we only have to do half a circle there because we can use this same line. And finally, just show this works on both angles, we shall do one just round about here on the other side. So our animals are there. So I'm making this up as I go along, so I have absolutely no idea what sort of animals we're going to make out of these, but let's find out, shall we? Let's have a go. Right, what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to do a U shape. And we're still always using these corner points here, if we can, when we're doing it with the circle scooting out on the side of the bigger circle as our guideline. And we're doing that because if you've got a cat or a dog at home, if you have a look at your cat or dog, you will notice that it has a line from its nose to its mouth on its little muzzle. And so that's what that line is representing. So there we go. So there we've got it. And let's do a couple of dots. Now I'm just using coloured in ones there for this. And did I mention where we put our dots determines what our animal's looking at. So if I put one over here, see what happens. Let's experiment. And there you go. Now it's looking at us because we've kept the first eye where it started on the last drawing, but we've moved this one across to the other side. So now the animal is looking at us rather than away from us. And now we want to put some ears on. Let's put some dog ears. So we're going to go just where the eye is there, around, and again, start again just a little bit in, round, and then fatten it up and join it at the end. And then we'll do the same again, round, just start just underneath the original line, follow it, then start to fatten it up and join it there. And we have dog ears and a little dog. And we'll just give it a smile. Little dots. Woof woof, I've got a woofer. Now then, we've got one here. What should we do with this one? Again, we'll just stick to that principle there where we're starting, just keeping it within the nose. I think I know what this one kind of looks like, so I'm going to do a rabbit. This time we'll do the eyes quite large and close together. And well, let's do some rabbit ears. Here we go. Up, pointy, back down. And up, pointy, back down. And rabbits have teeth that stick out. So we're back down in this bottom area, looking at this point here as a guide, a reference where the two circles meet. There we go. So we did a little oblong shape. And then just drew a line so we've got two teeth sticking out. Rabbits, I think, have whiskers, so let's stick some whiskers in. 3 whiskers. Stick them out. Boom, boom. There. So we've got a dog, we've got a rabbit, and we're still doing 2 circles. Now for this one, we've changed the game a little bit, haven't we? We've got to do our own little line now. We've got to add that in. So what I'll do is I'll just draw that down And now we're going to do a triangle. And we're going to colour this in. And I'll just put a little light flash there. Sorry about the squeaky pen if you don't like squeaky sounds. Nearly done. There we go. Now this one I've given him deliberately a cat nose. And we can do for an eye for a cat, because cats like to sleep. I'll just do curly lines down like that. And I bet this cat's purring. So what we're going to do is the cat's ears. Now cat ears, for me, I like to start them at the top, up pointy, and then aim to try and get down the side of that circle. There. And again, up. And try and aim to get down to the edge of that circle. And there, and cats have big whiskers. There. So we've got a cat, a dog and a rabbit. And now then, what we're going to do for this last one. Let's stick a nose, a different nose this time. Let's have a big plum nose all the way around there. There we go. And then I'll tell you what, I'm going to do some different eyes on this one. What we're going to do, I'm going to do a letter C. And let's do that just like that. A letter C. And then I'm going to do another letter C, but backwards. So starting where the first C ended, round a backwards C and back up, so they're touching, and then we're going to put some eyeballs in. There we go. And let's do some different ears and see what kind of animal we've made. And those little ear things there. And dots. This one looks a bit more of a bear again, doesn't it? Bears are easier to do, aren't they? So there we go. But I really like how these eyes look. And let's give him a smile. Now I'm going to do a different mouth for this one. So watch this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the mouth here, up, round and back. So we're going up and then doing a sort of a U shape. Now what we do, now you'll pay attention now for this one. This is a great way of doing talking mouths for cartoon characters. When we've got this sort of shape here, we can do a little U shape like that. And if we colour in all of this, his mouth will be open and talking. And he's got a tongue. So there we go. And because this one looks great, I'm going to put some eyebrows. I'm going to put them up like that. There. And that's a different way of doing our cartoon animal. And there we've got it. 4 different animals, all slightly done a little bit differently, but still using 2 circles. So, you're saying, Pete, I'd love my cartoon animal heads, but what about a body? Okay. I'll show you how to do a very simple basic body. Right, what I'm going to do then is my first shape. Now I'm going to do a different shape this time round. It's a bit like an egg shape. So it's thinner at the top, fatter at the bottom. I'm going to then do a half circle like that. So I haven't needed to draw any more circles, I've just done a half. Brilliant. And let's stick a couple of ears in. Can you see what kind of animal I'm trying to draw here? Any ideas? Have a shy type. I can't hear you, but I'm sure your mum and dad would like to hear what you're trying to think of when drawing. Right, so there we go. I'm going to put these for a nose, just 2 lines, like that. Now remember those eyes I told you about, the 2 C's, let's do those. So 1 C letter shape, and then repeat it but backwards, there. There we go. And put his eyes in. I'm going to do that. So I've moved the little black eyes, and you can see now our little animal is looking the other way, looking at the side of him. And now let's do a body shape. And I'm going to just do round about the middle of where our circular shape is. There. I'm going to go around like an oblong, but soft edges, and back up to round about the middle, or just to one side of the shape. So if I did a cross shape like that, I'm starting roughly around about the middle and heading there, and it's a nice oblong with soft edges. There we go. Legs. Alright then, we're just going to practice drawing sausages. So we're going to have one thin sausage, two thin sausages, but this one starts a little bit inside the body there. Then back to the third sausage. That starts on the line and goes back up like that one. And the last sausage goes inside a little bit and up. And it gives our little animal now 3D legs to go with the 3D head shape. So you start on the line for your first leg, inside the line for your second leg, on the line for your third leg, inside the line for your fourth leg. We'll do a tail, because this is a horse, as Charles Dickens would call him, or a horse. And you can be a horse or you can be a unicorn. And if we're a unicorn, we want a unicorn horn, don't we? Let's make a unicorn horn shape just there. On top. Boom, 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 boom. And maybe some hair there on his mane. And there we have our unicorn stroke horse. And let's just put remember in our first lesson, the line where the horse will be standing, the horizon line, is just a little bit above his hoofs. And hoofs, there we go. Maybe you want to colour those in. And maybe you want to do a little shape on its bottom if it's a unicorn. And I'll just do a little love heart. There. So that's the conclusion of our lessons for today. Go and try and draw different types of animals if you can, and please share them with me on Facebook, on Instagram, or my personal Twitter account that your mum and dad probably might follow me on. I don't know. But if you can, that'd be brilliant, because I love seeing them. I love your responses, and please comment on my YouTube video that you're watching now, because that'd be absolutely brilliant. I'd love to see your comments, see if I'm doing it right for you, and if you're enjoying it. And if you've got any other suggestions, please fire away. My top tip: if you've got your little animal character and you want to show him running, here's what you do. You stick your first sausage out that way, and your second sausage inside the animal's body. Then again, this back leg wants to just be inside, and then the last sausage touching the line there. Right then, so, and finally, he's running off the ground because he's running so fast, so you curve your ground line like that, and boom, he's whizzing. Maybe put a couple of speed lines or bounce lines. And there's our dog running happily and fast. Okay, see ya.